Hi, I'm Eric with Lake Fun Rentals, and today we're going to do a walk around on one of our premier pontoons. One thing I'd ask that you keep in mind is pretty much most of the information we're covering in today's video will also cover our tri-toons as well as boats. And also would encourage you on your day of your rental to bring all your drivers along. It's an opportunity for us to do a walk around both on the exterior and the interior, but just make sure that everyone's comfortable so you guys have a great day in the water. So let's go ahead and start on the back of the boat. One thing we equip all of our pontoons and tri-toons with is a turbo swing. Works great for tubing. Just hook your rope right on here, keeps it out of the wake, and also gives you a nice even pull. If you upgrade to one of our tri-toons, works well for tubing, skiing, or wakeboarding. One thing to keep in mind is anytime the motor is running, anywhere from this horizontal surface on down does need to be in the water. This is its source of water for cooling the motor. It's very unlikely that it would happen, but this black plastic intake area is the water intake. If this ever gets covered up with weeds, it'll send an alarm off in the dash. If that happens, no big deal. You just shut off the motor. You'll use the power trim to trim it up, clean off the weeds, put it back in the water, and off you go. While we're talking about the motor, the one thing I would ask is if you have swimmers in the water, or if you have people getting on a tube or getting their skis on, please make sure that the motor is turned off. Safety first, guys. We do equip all of our pontoons and boats with a nice stainless steel ladder. It makes it very easy to get in and out of the water. They just simply pull and they telescope all the way down into the water. Make sure you return it to the upright position before you take off. As we walk around the boat, one thing you'll notice is we tie our stern ropes to the bimini frame. The reason we do that, if you set them on the aft deck, they could fall in the water and potentially get in the prop. So when you get to your dock area, you just simply untie the rope, tie this to the dock, and you're good to go. We do equip all of our boats with fenders, and this is a great way to save the boat and avoid any damages. Ideally, you want the dock right in the center of these fenders. It's very simple to adjust. You basically untie the knot and retie it at whatever height you want. So very easy to adjust, and you'll need to adjust for various dock heights. If for some reason you have to drop it really low because you've got a dock that's really close to the water, you may want to lift it up to this height as you leave the dock, because if they're low in the water, they can drag and splash up. But at this height, you can tube, you can cruise, you can do anything you want, and you'll have no problems at all. Next, let's talk about the bimini top. We have bimini tops on all of our pontoons and boats and tri-toons, and they're great. They take about 1 to 2 minutes to put up. When they're up, roughly 50% of the seating is covered. So if you've got some of your family that like shade, some that like sun, allows you to rotate in and out. To put them up, you simply unzip that sleeve that goes around the cover. You pull this forward, arm forward, lift this tab, and you just pull the whole thing forward and it clips right on here. Just a matter of minutes and it's up. One thing we do ask is if you do have our pontoons for multiple days at night, we would ask that you would return it to the position it's at now, just in case a thunderstorm rolls through there. With the bimini top up, it acts kind of like a parachute and it can move the boat around a lot and could potentially cause damage, so keep that in mind. The other thing is we equip all of our boats with a midship tie-off point. Basically, it's an area where not only you can secure the boat in the center, you've got your aft and your bow lines, and we keep that line right next to the captain's helm. And really, the only time you'd probably use this is at night, when you tie it up at night, or if it's a little windier out and you just feel like you need the boat more secure. Moving forward, we do have bow lines on all of our boats. So every corner they'll have ropes already installed and ready to go. I'm gonna go ahead and hop aboard and we'll show you some of the interior features. We're not gonna go into as much detail as we normally would the day of the rental, just because we buy new boats every year and the instrumentation changes, the helms change, the GPS changes in the radio. But let me show you a few features. We're going to go over the instrumentation and let you understand how the trim works, what height you should have it at various points when you're on the water. We'll show you where your fuel gauge is. We'll spend some time showing you the GPS. It has a moving map on there, so it shows where you're located on the lake. It has safety shading, so if there's areas that are shallow, that'll show up in the map. The key is, and what we find with our customers, is they feel totally confident because of these GPS systems. They can go on a lake they've never been on, and they know what to be aware of, where their shallow areas are, where they're at, and how to get back to the resort. We'll also go over the stereo operations. We offer a real nice high-end package on the radio. We do a sub and amp, so you have real nice crisp sound. We'll go over all the switches on the right-hand side. It'll show you where the horn, the navigation lights, stereo controls, docking lights, and things of that sort. We'll go over starting and how to adjust the motor height. We'll show you where all the life vests are. Of course, there's an anchor on board. We'll show you how to use the garbage. It's a nice, simple side door access. That's a real basic outline of things that we'll cover your day out. We'll certainly go into a lot more detail. We'll answer any questions you have. But bottom line is, the boats and pontoons are super easy to drive. You guys will have a ton of fun, and we look forward to seeing you guys at Lake Fun Rentals. Thank you.